Hello everybody, it's me, Anthony Couch, a guitarist on YouTube. Well, it's quite obvious what this video is all about. I'm pitting together these two magnificent guitars. The Ibanez RG550 Genesis and the RG565 Genesis. Almost forgot those names. It's not that I forgot the names, I almost got the names mixed up because these guitars are so similar. Today I'm going to talk about what differences there are, which one I think is better. There aren't that many differences, but here we go anyway. Okay, first and foremost, if you're here watching this video, you're going to be familiar who and what Ibanez is. Japanese company, make loads and loads of guitars. You can get the cheaper guitars that are made in Indonesia and I think somewhere else, which I proudly own some of those. Then you can get the prestige ones which are made over in Japan. In the middle though, there are this new Genesis range. For the RG fan, they've got all sorts of other guitars now. There's a lot of stuff going on at Ibanez at the minute. I don't know if I'm on board with all of it. In fact, I know I'm not. But it doesn't matter because I love RGs. And there's plenty of those to keep me interested. In recent years, they've been revisiting those guitars from the past. 1989, I think, or 1990. I can't remember. So that's what these are. These are reissues. The RG550 I got first. I got this in about 2018, and then I've just recently got this one, the 565. I think I got this at the end of 2021. And these are more similar really than they first appear because I've modded this one. I've had it for longer, so I've actually modified it. You can see the pickups. Still fills me with great joy to look at the pickup colours that I chose, but more on that later. We need to talk about the similarities because there are loads. They've both got, you ready for this, an edge bridge. They're both incredible bridges. The best bridge. I love the edge bridges. They're both made of basswood or basswood, however you pronounce it. They both came with V pickups. Yeah, this is where there's the first difference. This comes with this blade humbucker style pickup that looks from a distance like a single coil. More on that later, and if you saw my review on this guitar then you'll know what I'm going to say. The Wizard neck, 5-piece maple neck. I pretty much now exclusively buy guitars with maple necks just because of my personal preference. Dot inlays, although this has got the coloured dot inlays. I'll do all the differences later. Goto tuners, or Goto tuners, whatever, I don't know how you pronounce that. Volume, tone, 5-way selector switch. 24 fret, same scale length, 25.5. Really identical guitars. Why would an idiot like me go and buy two of them? Well, first and foremost, because I wanted to. But secondly, because I was interested in the tonal differences that I would get. Let me just do this. So this guitar, this 550, this I'm just gonna be blunt now and put it out there. This is the best one out of the two because of my personal preference. You would probably, you know, there's people out there who are going to prefer the 565, but this is the guitar that I always dreamed of owning. And as soon as the Genesis, this should tell you everything that you need to know. As soon as the Genesis model 550 was reissued, I went out and got it straight away. The 565 I waited a little bit. This one I snapped up as soon as I saw it in the shop. It looks a bit older than the other one, a tiny little micro scratches, but I've looked after it over the years, no big chips and scratches. Humbucker, single coil humbucker, I know where I am with that. Most of my other guitars are HSH, and I've swapped those. These were I think V7, V8 and V something. Doesn't matter because I've got rid of those. This is the Dimarzio Tone Zone, the Evolution bridge, and PAF Pro in the neck. So the classic Paul Gilbert wannabe setup, which is, you know, Paul Gilbert wannabe is my entire thing. So that's why I went with those. I've swapped the volume control as well for the Ingve smooth super fast thing, which I hate a stiff knob. I really like a quick moving knob. What is interesting as well, actually, while I'm here, both guitars feature this, is the heel joint, this older fashioned heel joint, a bit straighter, with this ergonomically designed little bevel that's not like the Prestige model. And everyone on my, you know, I did a 550 Genesis versus Prestige, and I talked about how I preferred this heel joint. And a lot of people came back to me on that video saying, you know, are you mad? This is far less superior. Is there a word that's the opposite of superior? Unsuperior. This is far unsuperior to the Prestige. I still disagree. To the point where I bought another guitar with an exact same heel joint. That's the 550, my dream guitar. This guitar will always be with me. I know that I won't get rid of it. The pickups sound incredible. The guitar is insanely me. Everything that I would want in a guitar is in this. Loads of tonal variation. I teach a lot, and I can take this guitar. Yeah, the tuning's an issue if someone wants to learn Guns N' Roses in E flat standard or drop D, whatever. System of a Down. No one wants to learn System of a Down anymore. What they call Rage Against the Machine. That's who I meant. People still want to learn them, in my experience anyway. And I can just, without even turning the overdrive off, I can just turn the volume down, and I get a lot more tonal variation out of this guitar. However, let's switch over to this thing. Now this thing, you know, for me to say that I always wanted a 550, that is not a lie. I always knew that I wanted to make this my main guitar. However, the 565 was another dream. Look at it. I used to see videos of people playing them when YouTube was first a thing, and I never thought I would own one. When it was announced, I didn't buy it straight away. I bought that straight away when it was announced it was going to be reissued. When this was announced, I didn't rush out and get it, just because it felt a bit daft, because I knew I essentially had one in red. So it did feel like, well, it's the same guitar but in green. So I did hold off for a little bit, but then on a very famous guitar company's website I saw that it wasn't just on order, you know, and you'll get it shipped to you within 8 months. I saw they actually had one in stock. So I struck while the iron was hot and made the plunge and bought it. And I really don't regret it. I think this guitar is amazing. Why wouldn't I? It's almost the exact same as that one. What I did think though is I thought I was going to get a lot more variation. I thought this was going to be a much thinner, snappier single coil sound, even though it's a blade style humbucker. I was daft. I let my eyes do the playing for me and the testing. It's the first and only time that I have ever, and probably will ever, bought guitar online without playing it. All I had was videos to go off, and you know, things like pickups and tone, to me it's not about how it sounds, it's about how it plays under your fingers and how you respond to the pickups and the attack of the pickups and the tone and all that stuff, and the way it screams or doesn't scream. I didn't want this one to scream, so this one I've still got a little bit of work to do. I want this to be a thinner sound. So I'm busy at the minute, but I need to do a bit of research. I keep mentioning it to people about what single coils that would fit here. I thought I could just put a normal single coil in here, but then a very wise man told me, no, you have to think about which, it might not fit. You can't just put a normal single coil in this, in this slot. So I have to think about that, or live with it. It's a 5-way selector switch, but only on a HH setup. So less versatile than the 550, but I have had a lot of fun. Oh yeah, one of the biggest differences, the reverse headstock. It's got a reverse headstock. The reverse headstock, in fact, the finish, which I don't think it shows, you know, that shows down any camera. Why? That's exciting. This one is a bit more subtle. It's because it's got a very, very fine glitter effect in person, which is just insane. The inlays match, they don't on the 550. It's all superficial. This was a frivolous purchase made by me, not necessity, completely frivolous, a treat, if you will. So I didn't buy this because I was left wanting by that. There you go. That's more versatile in my opinion. This guitar though, I'm going to play it. Since I've had this, I've played it a lot. Be careful, this one, I bought it online, this required work. I bought that in a shop where it had been set up. I bought this online where apparently it had been set up, but it needed fret leveling. And the action couldn't be the way I wanted it because of that, so I had to get extra work done on this. So for a while I was a bit miffed, but that doesn't, I can't let that cloud it. I need to think about what pickups I want, more importantly what colour pickups. I'm definitely going to do the Yngwie knob. I'm going to put Yngwie's knob inside it, in the body, and I'll leave that one in. And thank you very much for watching. I hope it was interesting. I know people tend to like these comparison videos. It's always funny doing them because I'm just a bloke. Yeah, I teach guitar, but when it comes to this, just go out and play them all. But then I know that you sat binging a load of guitar videos because you're like me. You love sitting and binging YouTube guitar videos. So I hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope you enjoy the next one that you go and watch as well. But if you enjoyed this one and you like shred stuff, consider subscribing if you aren't already, because I do loads of tutorials, stupid stuff, the occasional reaction video when I lower myself to it. I'm not going to put that in. No, I'll leave that in, who cares. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Ibanez though, it doesn't matter which one came out on top. because it's Ibanez and they do make top quality merchandise. Thank you very much.